Hey everyone, how you doing? Sorry I don't look my best right now, but I'm tired. I'm not sleeping enough. I'm stressed. Got all kinds of feelings. But I'm getting a lot of messages, and I just got off the phone with three different acupuncturists. I went and saw a local acupuncturist. I went and visited him after work, just to kind of see what's going on. And I feel like everybody wants to know that. Do I shut down? Do I not shut down? Um, and I have a lot of insight, so I wanted to share it, and it's just too much to write, so it's easier for me to say it. All right, so I've been open, and yesterday we left at 11:30 p.m. and we only had 10 patients, but it was exhausting trying to disinfect the office properly. And it's from that I realized we can't do it. We just cannot keep the office open. I already knew we were going to close, but I really knew yesterday. We had people waiting in their cars for an hour to come in and see me because the disinfection process took so long. I'm seeing on Facebook a lot of people like, hey, I got my disinfectant in my office, and the products they're using don't have an effect. So unless you're 100 on your disinfection process, I did a ton of research, I got my numbers, I know what I'm doing, but the process of it and the fact that we have carpet and all that, I can't keep up, and nor do I want to. I also identified, I cut down the patient load, I shimmied it down to 10, I got rid of anyone I deemed to be high risk. The nurses who have high interface, I just told them because it was because they had low back pain and it wasn't that heavy. But there was too, I got rid of anyone who'd like, really, you can be without me for a while. And I kept the people who are just staying home and don't have much of a life and don't have much interface. Even within those people, I've seen some high risk people. So where it could be anyone. Like one has her homeless brother staying with her who just popped up. Another one's wife works at Trader Joe's. I think that we need to be treating the Trader Joe workers as if they're hospital workers because they don't have PPEs and they're seeing high volume. I also suspect that we're going to see a large growth in Los Angeles in about 2 weeks because everyone was not supposed to be in crowds and they all went to Costco panic buying. So they went exactly into crowds. We don't know how many people are out there. This thing's highly contagious. And that's why we've decided we're shutting down. But the other thing is, though, yesterday was really, really valuable because I was able to identify some people, and people are clueless. They're like, oh, yeah, it's not a big deal. I'm going to go to Pilates next week and all that. I'm like, no, you're not. You're not going anywhere. They don't understand that they need to stay home. And that's what a lot of education I did was staying home. I really believe that LA needs to shut down immediately because people are touching everything and they're not understanding. Um, so I think the best thing we can do right now for our people is that we need to tell them all to stay home. If you've already closed your practice, pick up the phone. Hey, how you doing? Are you staying home? So we need to isolate and get all of our people home and not in contact with others because they're not getting it at all. The other thing is we need to identify the high risk people and put those ones on herbs if you're an herbalist and you know what you're doing. I think this is going to be really important. I also think that there's a lot of panic buying, and I'm concerned about the supply in the US. So if someone's low risk, they don't need to be on herbs. They don't need to be on Yuping Fengson and this fabulous formula from China that's a preventative, because what they're going to do is they're going to stay home. But the person who has to go to work, who works in a hospital, who works at Trader Joe's, who works in Interface, those are the people who get the herbs. Not everybody. So some stuff I have like 10 of. I was like, okay, you get it, you don't. You get this, you did. My last bottle of vitamin C, by the way, can't buy it anymore. Gone. I can't find it. Any of my suppliers. I was looking at the herbs trying to stock up there, and it turned out the functional medicine is gone. I bought vitamin C at Sprouts today. Like, I'm picky, and I bought some retail stuff, and I paid retail. Anyway, so number one, even if you're closed, please call your people and explain the gravity. Talk to them about disinfection processes, all that stuff. One of my patients, she had asthma forever. It took me like 5 years to get rid of it. She's been gone out of it for like 3 years or something like that. She took a job as a census. I was like, do you realize how high risk you are? She's like, no, I'm on supplements. I'm good. I'm like, no, you're not. They're not getting it. But now here's the next thing that happened today. I started getting calls from people in pain or who had asthma because they can't get inhalers and they can't get pain meds. There's also a huge now medical vacuum because people can't go to the hospital for cold and flu. So if you are an herbalist, right now I think what we need to do is do consults, close the office, no one's allowed in. Don't blindly prescribe herbs. If you're stockpiling and you're not open, I think we need to create a group right now where the people who need it can buy it from you. Okay, so no hoarding toilet paper type herbalism. If you're not an herbalist and you're not confident, refer to the people who are. If you're just going to plan on sitting home and you have advanced knowledge, consider doing consults. Maybe we could set up a network where we can put you under like my account for online consults and we can refer to you. But we need to identify high risk. We need to encourage those who are low risk to stay home. I do not believe we should be doing acupuncture. We are not set up. This is too contagious. It's crazy. The next thing is for California, if we get shut down because everything's shutting down, I need to be able to get to my office. I need to be able to get to my herbs. And so what I was telling people is they can drive through, we'll bring it to them. I don't even want anyone in the waiting room. Or we'll drop ship. So I can't lug my whole office to my house. So we need to be able to have the ability to travel in a lockdown. And I don't know how we're going to get that, but that's really important. So it's time for all of our herbalists to step up to the plate. If you have limited herbal knowledge, it's better than nothing, but know when you're over your head and find someone who can. And I really believe we should not be doing acupuncture right now. We cannot determine where someone's been, who they're living with, what their situation is. When it calms down, okay. And you know me, I'll treat you, I'll go. After this week, we need to really focus on public education. Bad. They're going to spread this like crazy. They are not being careful enough. And if you're using products that actually don't kill this virus, like Clorox wipes, there's not enough alcohol in it. The germicidal, hospital germicidals, ammonia does nothing. That chlorhexidine, nothing. You need to have your research and you need to have your game tight. Because my research is there. My game is tight. I'm even doing old school air fumigation. I'm doing freaking everything. I went through like 10 things of gloves. No, not 10. I went through like 50 pairs of gloves yesterday. Glove, throw it away. Glove, throw it away. It was insane. I can't keep working like that. And I still know that it wasn't clean enough. And I also don't think that the hospitals are working at that level. And I don't think they're clean enough either because I don't think they're using the right products. Bleach, 1 part bleach, 4 parts water. Not what we learned in Chinese medicine school about 1 to 10. This, you got to know your research. You got to research it like SARS. That's the thing that's genetically close enough. I'm going to be posting, but I've been so busy, I haven't even been able to. So I want to talk to you right now. I think we need to not panic buy herbs. If you're in over your head and you don't know herbalism and you have herbs, you're going to need to make it available to the people who need it. The people who do are herbalists, we're going to have to start doing back pain, stuff that we normally don't do with herbs. There's going to be a medical vacuum. And I don't mean to be an alarmist, but this is the truth. America's supply will dry out. Some of the basics are going to be good, but like everybody is buying Hoshong. What are you going to do with it? You really going to treat the virus? Or are you just going to sit on it where someone who might need it isn't going to have it? So we need to be realistic on what we can do, not put everybody on these great formulas. We need to save it for the people who actually get infected. We also need to figure out a way to let the medical community know that we can handle a lot of things via telemedicine. Where, you know, they can't, I mean, we've always been able to, hypertension, all that stuff, no problem. I mean, I can do it. And I think we need to shift our practice because I think we're actually going to be busier than ever. And those who can support, the other thing is mental health. Run classes, teach meditation, get people active, get them moving, teach them Qigong, go online, start creating community. Sorry, that's my kitchen, my daughter's cooking. Start creating community and start giving people things to do. Think about how they're just freaking out, watching the news and panicking. Start leading them, start guiding them, start educating them. It's very, very important right now. I'm here for you. I hope you're there for me. And I think this is really a time where we can shine and where we're needed. So you have any questions? I might not get back to you for a few days. I'm pretty busy right now. I'm going to take a couple of days off after we go into quarantine, and I need to do some R&R too myself because I'm exhausted. I'm totally exhausted. All right, you take care, stay safe. If you're not sure if you should still keep doing acupuncture, I'm going to tell you right now, stop. We're all living month to month. I live in LA. My overhead is ridiculous. What are we going to do? But you know what? Health is wealth, and it's not worth it. Go to telemedicine, create communities, educate the public, call your patients. Tell them you'll do a health consult with them. Also know that vitamins are in a short supply. If you got a line on vitamin C, hit me up. I need it. All right, take care. Thanks.